2024 was an amazing year for the Pokemon fan game and ROM hacking scene, and in the past 3 months, I've been covering the best ones of each month. But today, I'm here to bring you 5 Pokemon ROM hacks that were released or updated in the last 30 days, that all just so happen to be completed. Now, I need to make it clear that this is a very rare occurrence, as most of the time, many of the projects I show off in these videos are unfinished. But of course, I do try to find at least one completed ROM hack and fan game to put in each one, so make sure you subscribe to keep up with all of them. But without further ado, my name is Ari, and these are 5 completed ROM hacks that were released or updated in December of 2024. The first project we're going to look at is a ROM hack by the name of Pokemon RO, an open-world version of Pokemon Emerald. Now, while this hack has been around for a few years now, it just received a new update that completely changes the entire game. While this is a Hoenn hack, it actually features the entirety of the Sevi Islands as a second region. So, just like you were able to start your adventure in any of the towns in Hoenn, you can also choose to start on any of the Sevi Islands that are now populated with the Johto gym leaders as a form of progression. And of course, since this is an open world hack, you can choose to go through the 2 regions in any order you want, building a team of Pokemon from all 9 generations. And while I'm not a fan of replaying through base Hoenn, the new season system definitely makes it a lot more bearable. But what really makes this hack interesting is its collection of features and settings. First of all, you can increase the battle speed without speeding up the game through the emulator. That way, you can hear all of the game's music and sounds, without having to sit through the nearly unplayable slow speed of Generation 3, a feature that I've wanted in ROM hacking for over a decade now. Next, as you progress through the game, you'll receive Trainer EXP from doing things like defeating or capturing Pokemon. This Trainer EXP can be used to upgrade skills that can increase the EXP or money you receive from battle, increase the friendship levels of your Pokemon, and even permanently raise the stats of your entire team. It's a system that makes doing anything feel a lot more rewarding. And finally, RO has a ton of different ways you can play through the game. There are 3 different difficulty options, and a plethora of game modes, such as a double battles only mode, randomizer options, no EVs mode, perfect IVs mode, inverse mode, and so much more. And all of these options can be activated at the same time, with some obvious limitations. But Pokemon RO is a really fun game that does an amazing job at showing off the insane technical breakthroughs of the ROM hacking community. Now, if you've been watching my videos for long enough, you know that I'm not particularly a fan of enhancement hacks. Mostly because looking at the exact same tiles, UI, and Pokemon sprites can often feel very boring, especially after playing so many existing region ROM hacks. And while Pokemon Recharged Emerald might immediately look like just another sauceless enhancement hack, once I played it, I realized it's actually a lot more than that. First of all, just like RO, the game has been provided with a completely custom UI and the ability to increase your default battle speed. 2 things that make the base gameplay of Pokemon ROM hacks a lot more fun, and have definitely become 2 of my biggest desires going forward. But there are also many different ways to play, with an optional Nuzlocke mode, level caps, and extra EXP setting. But most importantly, the option of playing with the default Emerald encounters, or expanded ones, allowing you to catch Pokemon from the Kanto and the Johto dexes. And while Recharged Emerald might take place in regular Hoenn, the following Pokemon combined with the upgraded overworld sprites will make the journey a lot more charming. In my opinion, it's a project that I'd name the perfect Pokemon Emerald ROM hack, as it's a way to experience the default Hoenn region and story with an enormous number of quality of life and graphical improvements. Next up is the Battle Frontier hack with over 80 unique Fakemon, called Hodgepodge Platoon. Now, while I am a big fan of Fakemon, I'm not particularly interested in playing through a hack that doesn't offer anything more than just Pokemon battles. But it's an interesting hack that I'm sure many people will enjoy playing, which is why I decided to show it off here. And it's one that I hope eventually has its decks upgraded into a full game. Ever since the popularity explosion of Pokerogue and Emerald Rogue, roguelite hacks have been becoming more and more popular, and Pit of 100 Trials is a brand new one with a unique take on the genre. In this hack, you'll start by picking from one of 16 canon characters, or literally any of the Pokemon species, to be your avatar. Then you'll be able to choose 3 Pokemon as your starters and begin your long trek through the 100 floors, each containing a trainer with random Pokemon. Every 5th floor is a place where you can heal your team and shop for items, and every 25th floor is a boss fight that allows you to gain a new party member once you win. But this hack does have some extra features to spice up the roguelike formula even more. You can choose to play with various difficulty and gameplay settings that modify your EXP share values, cash rate, and give you access to the stat changer to change your EVs wherever you like. But there are also a plethora of randomizer options as well. And of course, just like the first 2 hacks in this video, there is an option to speed up the battles without doing so through your emulator, so you can hear the music and sound effects while you play. With all that said, definitely check out this hack if you just want to enjoy a ton of cool and different Pokemon battles. Last but not least is a Generation 2 ROM hack that takes place in Johto with a completely new story. That new story being about the Hoenn region invading Kanto due to an ongoing war. This is Pokemon Ambrosia, where you'll play as the son or daughter of Lieutenant Surge, traveling through both Johto and Kanto, attempting to bring peace to both. While the story is interesting, I was more taken aback with how good the quality of life and features are for a Gen 2 ROM hack. First of all, at the very start of the game, you'll receive both the EXP All and Portable PC, as well as an item that allows you to relearn moves completely for free. All of these make the revamped Pokédex of Pokemon from the first 6 generations feel a lot more fun, as it's very easy to build a team of 6 right from the get-go. But while I am thankful for these changes, these are obviously the type of features most players will expect from a modern-day ROM hack. But thankfully, the game isn't limited to just quality of life improvements. The game has a bit of an open world feel, where from the start you can choose to either travel west towards Olivine City or north towards Blackthorn. I will admit, the open world feels a bit wonky, but the developer has said that they are working towards fixing it. And with the level cap system, combined with the infinitely rematchable trainers, you'll never feel underleveled or overleveled. Pokemon Ambrosia is a pretty unique, but overall quite fun ROM hack, so go ahead and play it if you want an interesting story in the Johto region. But that's going to just about wrap up this video. If you enjoyed it, make sure to subscribe to keep up with the monthly series, and the plethora of amazing Pokemon fan games and ROM hacks I'll be showcasing in 2025. Anyways, I hope you have a nice rest of your day, and goodbye!